Sunday, 2 o'clock. I just did 10 miles on the treadmill, and it was so good. So my wife gets up because she has like an ear infection. So she gets up, but she's been tossing and turning, since 3 o'clock in the morning. So I was already up by 3. I was on my headphones doing my meditation. So I get up and she's like, "What do you say?" I'm already up, baby, right? So tomorrow is gonna be the same thing. Tomorrow I might be at 2 or 3. The alarm is already at 3 a.m. I might be up by 2. Get some study done, and we just gotta get this shit done, man. We just gotta get it done. There's no excuses, So you can see at the back, there's that's the pool, right? So people are at the pool, chilling, and they're like, I'm at the gym right now. There's nobody at the gym on a Sunday, man. People complain, what should you be doing? You should be working on yourself. And I was like, you stay on the couch, you relax, you have an ear infection, you're being tossing and turning. I'm going to the gym. I'm gonna keep the work done. So, man. So I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah. So 3 a.m. club. Oh my goodness. A cup of coffee. That is 4 a.m. I'll tell you, so it fucking sucks. Who wants to get up at that early in the morning? So you gotta do what you gotta do to succeed, I tell you. Oof, but you just gotta have the mentality, the prayer, the tenacity, man. Oof. Joe. And let's get started. I think, oh yeah. Yeah, really, not let the people laugh to you. Oh, good Lord. Gotta get up. I'm already up, but need to shave, take my cold shower, and let's go, man. Let's go.
Oh, what's going on, fellas? Talking about struggling in the morning when you change your schedule and you're going to the next level. Waking up at 3 a.m. Study for the real estate license, and the sun is not even up yet. Now as the sun is up. When you complete a task like shaving, get up in the morning, complete the first tasks of the day, and basically that sets the tone really, because making your bed in the morning, shave, and all of that is very, very important. In my 110 push-ups as a minimum, that's basically the new norm regardless. So got up and, man, I tell you, cold shower first thing, shaved, and bed is made, I'm shaved, and I'm ready to go. I don't know if you guys haven't seen The Undercover Billionaire by Grant Cardone. I think that's what he did actually is pretty remarkable. As far as going to a town nobody knew him and just building his business out from scratch, But one of the things that when he did is he had to be the most uncomfortable probably that he has ever been, right? As far as he had to find a place to sleep, right? So he didn't have running water, so he had to pretty much either shave and wash from any sink, and he had to establish a relationship with a guy from the gym, right? So he can actually take a shower from the gym, and they give him a beat up car, but he had to be pretty much a person, a resourceful person. And I think that's one of the things that they don't teach us in anywhere. Like what happened when your car is, you need some brakes done, right? Well, you gotta find a guy that knows how to replace the brakes, and you gotta do it. Or if you don't have any housing, but you gotta find that a temporary housing in order for you to, go to the next level, right? For us, we've been lucky to have a, running water, right, and a place to sleep, and pretty much a condo, right? But as I was waking up this morning at 3 o'clock, I had to put myself more and more in an uncomfortable situations, in a way that things that you haven't done in decades. So like waking like an hour, even an hour earlier. And even though like I am tired, man, I literally did my meditation, I did my study, all my exercise, what I done, but I just really, since pretty much I don't have to go all the way to 9 o'clock to the phone. So I could have probably slept until 8:30 and then get up and the last minute, since I work from home, take a quick shower and lollygagging, get my cup of coffee, and boom, right? So instead, I do the opposite. I picture myself that I'm in a condo that is not mine. I mean, it's not mine. I mean, we rented, but in a way that I had to accomplish in certain task to the day. Otherwise, we're gonna get in it's like I started deducting points out of my schedule, right? If I don't complete certain tasks, I say, oh my, you should have done this one. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Tomorrow, as I've been uncomfortable, you gotta get up at 2:30 in the morning. Since you didn't do that, you gotta get up at 2:30 in the morning and complete the task, right? And since I don't wanna, since your body needs to sleep, right? But at the same time, you gotta start training your body. If you had to do some tasks, and you're like, no, fuck, today we ain't gonna sleep for the next week because there's a task to be done. So I know, body, you're gonna be tired. You tell your subconscious, I got you covered. But in order for me to accomplish this task, we're gonna be uncomfortable, and for the next month or two, we're gonna be very, very uncomfortable. But the price that it was gonna be after that is gonna be golden, right? So my body start adapting, right? So I mean, I'm literally like, whew, I'm gonna get a cup of coffee. I'm gonna get probably an espresso, and just like, because I gotta be on the go from 8 to 5. I gotta be like making calls. I gotta be the most effective as possible, even when tired, right? So when you see the undercover billionaire with Grant, I mean, he had to put himself in situations that probably he has not done. I mean, he did it probably when he was young. Now, the difference when you're young and you're in your 50s or you're in your 60s is completely different ball game, because you don't have the same energy. Like I'm 51 years old. So my energies that I had when I was 40, or I was watching a little bit of an inspiration of these dudes that run triathlons, and there's all walks of life, right? But when you see all these 20, 30 years old, I say, man, I wish I was 30. I wish I was 30, man. But no, I'm 50, so my energy levels changing on a daily basis. So as I was mentioning earlier, and by the way, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I had to maximize my signal to noise ratio, which means I need to accomplish certain tasks today. Otherwise, I'm fucked, right? I have to make those elements every single day. Otherwise, if I don't do those processes, I run behind in my goals. And I done that before, and it's horrible. Because, hey, it's hard to get up at 3, let alone at 2:30 in the morning, right? So I was like, no, I'm going to accomplish. So I'm training my body in a way that even when I got yesterday about 3 a.m. on a Sunday, right? On a Sunday, I was like, I'm okay. My wife got up, and well, she has a little bit of cold. I was already up. I said, don't worry, honey, I'm already up. I need to go in the balcony to finish my coffee, but I'm good. Grab my book, but to study my real estate license, and I study for a couple hours on a Sunday. By 8 o'clock, I was like, oh, I already did all that stuff. So I pretty much did a lot of stuff yesterday, so I can get ahead in the weekday. So when from Monday to Friday comes, I'm already so up ahead that I can, I'm not saying slacking, but I can say, oh, well, maybe I can catch up in the book that I'm writing, or I can catch up in the scripts, in my sales scripts that I'm creating for my, for my, once I call it for my real estate business. I have my scripts, and I'm already preparing. I'm getting ahead, so I'm not gonna let those. I'm already ahead. I have up in schedule. I'm just gonna sit around and just, I don't know, go to the beach, and I don't know. Like Grant said, I don't deserve the beach yet. So I'm like, I was thinking about going. Actually yesterday at the beach, I said, you know what? No, we got work to do. We got work to do. Plus, summer is here, so it's gonna start. It's gonna start getting a little chilly in a few months. I know. Okay, maybe in a month or two, you start, cooling down. So I gotta put my runs in the summer. I gotta put all my stuff, because the weather started gonna changing soon. The fall started coming in, and what happened? People start already getting like in the holiday mode. People start getting in the holiday mood, like in October, it's like September, like they're like, they're thinking already like Halloween, all the. Christmas and all that crap, and it's not even fucking the end of the August, right? So, signal to noise ratio, man. And if you have some time, I watch a lot of inspiration documentaries and things that I do a lot of research as well, and I love seeing people win, right? And not only it serves me as a form of, these guys haven't done it yet, right? My huge fan of David Goggins. He just completed a 200-miler about a week ago. Dude, this dude is, and finally I was able to finish the podcast from Joe Rogan interviewing David Goggins. It's about a 2.5-hour podcast. What a great podcast! Not only because we always say like, my life is like this, and I have this. No. What this dude had to endure, and the mom of David Goggins had to endure, is just like, you can practically make a fucking movie of a Netflix, and it was just and literally every time, and not only I have respect for the guy. I don't have the pleasure to meet the guy. It serves to me as an inspiration, because even my wife was actually watching the documentary. The interview that he did with Joe Rogan, and he showed the picture of his knees and picture of us. Dude, man, my wife was like, dude, if dude is running with plates in their knees and no cartilage, and then just bone to bone, I have a little bit of a cold infection. We're gonna run. So she just texted me like, yeah, we're gonna run. This is gonna be probably like 80 something degrees. I said, we're gonna run 2 miles today, because if David Goggins runs with this shit, we're gonna fucking run. So my wife was like, okay, honey. She gets up with me, and we drink coffee in the morning, and she goes to work, and I stay home, to do my work as well. So we're gonna get going. So go help somebody that can never repay you. Man, go work on yourself, man, I'm telling you. And start waking up early. Early the better. Oh, man. But the beginning sucks, I'm telling you. I don't enjoy waking up at 3 in the morning. My wife's like, oh, sucks. You know, really sucks. You know, nobody enjoys it. Nobody enjoys it. When I did 10 miles on the treadmill yesterday, and I was like, oh, you know, I could have been at the pool, you know, chilling. You know, there was a bunch of guys in the pool. I said, you know, fuck it, I'm going to go to the run because I got to be, with Monday hits as of today, I'm ready to go. If I would have slacked in the weekend, I would be like, I would have been probably still in bed, right? I would have probably still in bed and, you know, drinking my coffee on bed and, you know, maybe reading one of my books and shit. No. I said, I got to get up, man. I got to get up and go. You set the tone. And before I leave, I'm going to leave you with this. When Grant was doing his undercover billionaire, he said what actually helped me when I was in the, he had it they let them stay on an RV. The only time that I was able to survive was because I had to make myself useful. Like I had to like a sweep around the the RV and, you know, brushing my teeth. You know, don't leave those daily habits in the morning. Like, dude, I had to find a gym. I had to find a gym, or even do some push-ups in the morning, because I had to, you know, get the blood flowing. So by the time he was ready to do his task, I mean, he was already on the go. Instead of like, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, sit in like and mop and just, you know, oh, well, maybe I should just take it easy today. And I really talked to a guy that for some reason is I usually, you know, check bases with a couple of contacts, and I just told him, oh, you know, take it easy for the real estate, and you know, don't stress too much. And it's like, motherfucker, I gotta get his stats done, right? And that's the example that I always talked about, right? He said, oh, you know, I said, boy, no, I gotta get it. You see, I don't know what a lot of people are doing, if they don't have that sense of urgency, but I have a sense of urgency. Have a good day. I'll talk to you guys later. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great afternoon.